Yo, 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 it's your boy Anubis Can't Be Stopped, and I'm back again with another Division 2 build video. And this build video is going to be for this crazy idea that I had that I didn't think was going to be this doggone problematic. Won a lot of matches with this build, lost a lot of matches with this build, so I kind of like it on both aspects. Took this thing into PvE and watched what it did. It did pretty doggone well. Let's get right into it. The specialization that I used for this build was the technician specialization. That's because you get that extra skill tier. It has no bearings on this build at all, other than we have an extra skill tier. And we could use the capacitor if we wanted to, just to make it, just to get at least 7.5 or I should say 15% more weapon damage. That's about it. That's the only bearing that this build has. Because if you use the capacitor with this build, it does hit hard. The only downside to that is you have a shorter magazine size. I was using the pestilence for the most part with this build because for a simple fact is the plague of the outcast ticks do a lot of damage in PvE and PvP, and this is an all weapon damage build pretty much, so it's going to make sure that plague of the outcast passes to everybody, and the plague of the outcast adds a debuff, applying 100% weapon damage over time, stacks up to 50 times, and it will pass to any enemy within 25 meters after that said enemy has died. Okay, and I'm also using the Lexington was strained. This thing, now this on the other hand, I was actually using this as well. It comes with damage to targets out of cover. Can't change that now. So I would, now I'm thinking about I should have had damage to armor, but it's too late for that. Um, now, let's get right in it. Three-piece Umbra, I'm wearing the mask, the chest piece, and the holster. And with that gives me the from the shadows. While in cover, I gain 10 stacks. That's the base stacks that I gain. Each stack will give me 1.2% crit damage. This stacks up to 50 times. Um, and also increase RPM. That's that's rounds per minute. So I get 0.4% stacking up to 50 times of RPM. So you're getting a lot of speed on that pestilence, whose RPMs has been tuned up anyway. Now, while in cover, I'm gaining health, or should I say, I'm gaining armor because it gives me regen while I stay in cover. Now, on top of that, I am I put crit damage, I put weapon damage, crit chance, and crit damage onto this with a crit damage mod. From the shadows is increased by wearing the chest piece to max stacks from 50 to 100. So I got 100 stacks that I can gain, and it goes from gaining them 10 at a time to 20 at a time. All right. Now, that is that portion of the build. Now, why am I wearing two gear sets, you might ask, because that seems dumb? Well, it did to me too, until I realized I was getting 15% weapon handling and an extra 15% rate of fire. Yeah, you heard me. That's the reason why I wanted this. It's because of that rate of fire. Let me kind of show you real quick what I'm talking about when I talk about rate of fire. Like, I was in open world and literally NPCs were just falling like bowling pins. Okay, my stacks are going up, stacks are up, pop out of cover. Yeah, that's what you're facing. I couldn't even shoot at the other one because the ticks were getting them. Now that's in cover. outer cover. It's like a smorgasbord of like bullets just flying. You cannot survive that. And let's see the Lexington we might add. In cover, out of cover. In cover, out of cover. In cover with the Lexington, out of cover with the Lexington. It's not like it's shooting slow at by no means, shape, or form. It's shooting fast whether I'm in cover and extremely fast when I'm out of cover. This thing is a monster. This is a monstrosity I've put together. And it's all thanks to this beautiful backpack right here, the Ninja Bike backpack, which helps slot in there, those extra slots. This build would not be possible in any way, shape, form, or fashion without the Ninja Bike backpack. I would not be able to do this without this backpack. And if you are RPM junkie and you love the fact that having burst damage does what it does in this game. That's your build breakdown. That's your show and tell. Go have fun with this. You can copy this build. You can farm these pieces anywhere in open world. These pieces will drop for you. You could go farm exotic caches to get the Ninja Bike backpack. You can farm countdown to get your Umbra pieces, and you also can farm countdown to get your striker pieces. It doesn't necessarily have to be set up like this, but this is the only way that this build works. I do believe it's the max, because for a simple fact is if you change anything else to striker, you're getting the striker stuff, and you won't get the rate of fire from Umbra. You have to have this set up like this. This is the only way this build works. This is the one time where it's the only way this works is it has to work this way. Most of the time you can mix and match the pieces, but this is not one of those times. Weapons, you can use any weapons you want. It doesn't matter. Pestilence, Iron Lung, you name it, you can use it. Okay, there you go. This is the build. Have fun. Don't do anything I would do. I'll see you in the next one, agents. Stay frosty out there.